All right, today we're going to show our newest product for the Vans RVA models. In the last few years, there's been several accidents where the gear has buckled, the nose gear, on the A model Vans RVs. And it seems to be a concern with a lot of people now. And we thought it was time somebody tried to do a fix for it. So this is the culmination of about a year of development and engineering, and we've come up with a very simple, relatively inexpensive, easy to install part that could potentially save your airplane, or more importantly, save your life. Many times these gear collapses happen on grass strips and off-field landings. It's rare to see something happen on an improved runway surface. But even if you don't operate off of a grass strip or an unimproved surface, you have the potential of having to do an off-field landing that was unexpected. And be that the case, this could potentially save your life. Our kit consists of just these few pieces. It's very easy to install. And you don't even have to pull a gear leg or any major parts to install it. The kit consists of the gear brace itself. This is all made of 4130 chromoly. They're laser cut, micro polished edges, and then powder coated so it's durable. A new fairing that makes room to accommodate the gear brace itself. The original fairing that's shipped from Vans is this one, and it's a little narrower. So we've widened this to accommodate the brace. As a side benefit, it's actually a little more aerodynamic and a little cleaner than the original. Clamp to hold the fairing on, the gear brace itself, the clamp to hold the gear brace on, the 5 bolts and nuts, and a small installation bolt to form the clamp around the gear leg. The clamp has to be put on the gear leg and folded shut to facilitate installing the brace. This is the brace prior to powder coating. Okay, these are micro polished on the edges and heat treated, which stops surface cracks from forming. The installation of this actually stiffens the gear once it hits the point where the failure would occur by about 4-fold. Now granted, you can't make anything that'll make this nose gear that goes on the A model RVs to where you could run into a curb. But anything short of that, this could potentially save your life. Now, if you look at any of the photos that are online and videos of the failures, this piece always fails right here in this area. It bends under and then it rolls up like a snail under the airplane. That causes the front of the airplane to nosedive into the ground. When the bottom of the cowling hits the ground, the center of mass of the airplane is beyond or ahead of that contact point. So at any speed over about 10 or 15 miles an hour, odds are the airplane's going to go over on its nose. Now, with the gear brace on there, when it's installed, it still allows the gear to flex up and down just the way it was designed to, but as you can see, there's a little clearance at each end. This allows the gear leg to virtually function the way it was designed. It doesn't impact the ride in any way on the ground of the airplane What it basically does is it's a stop to keep it from failing. Once it gets to the point where it shouldn't be moving anymore, the brace stops it and it transfers all of the load above the brace. So rather than the gear folding up and the airplane doing a nosedive, the gear will bend up in this area, which as it bends down, it becomes longer rather than shorter. This lifts the nose of the airplane and can potentially give you some time to react, number one. And number two, it can stop the rollover. This is the new fairing that we supply, and it comes raw like the one from Vans. You have to paint it yourself. We went ahead and painted this because we're going to install it. So a little work involved in that, and then just a few minutes to install it. You'll need a tape measure, a ruler, and a marker first. The first thing you want to do is put your ruler up on the bottom of the gear leg and kind of slide it forward till you see where the tangent point of the radius is, or where the radius begins. And then come back 8 inches and put a mark so you know exactly where to center the brace. Now, next we're going to put the clamp on, and the clamp is, in order to facilitate installation, has to be opened up. It doesn't slide right on there, but with a little help from a mallet, it goes right on. So you get the clamp in place, then you take this little bolt that we send with the kit that's bent. And the bent bolt helps you install this and close the clamp up. So we'll put the bolt through the center hole on the clamp, the washer and the nut, and we just start tightening the bolt. As we tighten the bolt, it'll close the clamp up. Now we don't want to get it completely tight because we want it to still be able to move. And then we can slip in one of the other bolts. Now as you tighten it up, you need to move around from bolt to bolt, go back and forth as it forms the clamp. Now once the clamp is formed around the gear leg, it's on a considerable amount of press fit, so it won't move. It becomes part of the gear leg. And that's it. The gear brace is installed. Now if you were on an airplane with no fairing, we'd be done. That's the installation, and wheel pant back and the fairing back on, and we're ready to go try it.